Hi, Anna. Thank you for joining us today for our Hub Creative Talks interview series. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you, Sherri, for always support us and also encourage us. And wonderful. MAC did another great job, right? Actually, to promote all of us. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. So, I guess my first question is tell our audience like a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Okay. Most people know me like Anna Yin and also poet. And so I immigrated in 1999 to Canada. Because I worked in China for Apple Research Center. So that's why 2 months later, I quickly find a job. I developed a job and I was very happy. Then but I know my English is weak. So I wanted to improve my English. So I started writing in English for poetry. And then soon, 1 year later, I won an award because my poem was based on true story and it was very touched. So the CBC radio and wanted to interview me and broadcast this poem, Toronto No More Weeping. So started that time, I continue writing and continue win several awards. Then later I have more book published. And then I'm so happy in 2015. And my book editor nominated me for the Mississauga Inaugural Poet Laureate.
Yeah, so you've had a lot of accomplishments over the past little while then, right? So you mentioned one of them. So you were Mississauga's inaugural Poet Laureate from 2015, 2017. Can you tell us more about that experience?
Yes, I mean, this experience really built my confidence because I was surprised because English was my second language, right? And I still worry about my English. But I'm so happy, the city and the culture division support me a lot for this role. And I grow a lot from this role as well because I was invited to write a lot of poems for important events for the city and for our community. And for example, Canada Day, for example, in Earth Day, Environment Day, and also for the Para Game. So it's a wonderful experience, and I'm glad I use this role to promote literary arts and also to collaborate with other art groups. So yeah, I'm so happy for that.
You mentioned you have lots of experience in your career. So is there a moment in your career so far that kind of stands out to you?
Yeah, I'm thinking I have 3 very important moments really kind of help me to understand why I need poetry and why I want to continue. So for example, for the first one is I won the Ontario Poetry Society Award based on my poem, Toronto No More Weeping. So this poem really is helped me to understand that my poetry also is useful for others, for community, not just for myself. And when I started with beginning, I wanted just to improve my English. I want to use poetry to help myself, right? Then after this poem, I know, I can help others. So this is a huge moment for myself. And another one is when I was invited to read my poem, My Accent, and in Paramount Hill, Ottawa, and for the Chinese New Year celebration. So I was so happy this poem touched a lot of people because a lot of immigrants, not only from China, also from other countries, they all like this poem. They think this poem speaks to them as well. So I'm so happy for this poem as well. And this poem also was selected for the Poem in Your Pocket Day by the League of Canadian Poets. And also another moment is in 2013, I was invited to Vancouver Library to read my poetry. And the host told me a local lady called her to ask her to thank me because of my poem. After reading Ted Hughes' Full Moon and Little Frida, I described the moon, the beauty, and the beauty the poets left behind for us. So she said this poem changed her life, and she almost want to commit suicide. But after reading this poem, then she thought, oh, the world still has a lot of beauty or interesting thing, and also to poetry is like a timeless, right? So it leaves the beauty and behind. So and she thought that she needed to cherish the life, cherish herself as well. So.
That's wonderful. I love that story. That's great. So you do a lot of poetry workshops. What do you like about teaching this artistic discipline to others the most?
I know another people, because they think poetry is so far away, it's not their thing, right? So they're afraid of poetry. They say, oh, wait, I don't understand poetry. But because of my poetry, my poems all come from my daily life, come from the true story or story from others. So it's always based on truth and also connect to our daily life. So that's why I want to share my story and also share my poems to help them to know poetry is everywhere. It's close to us, not it's like, okay, academic or, far away, or it's like just void. So that's why I said, okay, I wanted to help to promote poetry, and I want to share my story and teach them. So that's why I designed the Poetry Alive workshop. Because as you know, my background is computer science. I work as IT professional, so IT profession field, right? So I use my computer skills to combine my poetry workshop. So make it very engaging, very interactive. And I also designed some games. So then to welcome the students and also adults to open up, to share their own stories, to write their own. So and I'm so happy when they said, oh, it's so interesting, and they want to continue. So that really makes me happy. So that's why I did a lot of Poetry Alive workshop. And also I want to develop this as a career for myself, right? To support myself. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So it kind of goes into the project you're working on right now, is your Haiku project. So Here and Now, Discover Mississauga and More, which you won a MAC MicroGrant for. Can you tell us more about that project for you?
Yes, I designed this project. It's focused on Mississauga and also invite the people from everywhere to know Mississauga and to write about Mississauga and also their own place. So that's why this project I designed with several 5 events and then 1 ebook to publish. So 5 events including some walking tour. So walking tour is people in the Mississauga or around the Mississauga. We can get together in some very beautiful place in Mississauga, different place. So then I gave them handout and I showed them how to write poetry in 10 minutes. And then I asked them to take a walk, to observe the surrounding, then writing their own haiku. And then for follow-up, I asked them to submit the work. And then we have online working haiku workshop. So online haiku workshop, we will have the participants work. We will discuss, we will try to help to edit them. Then also we will include people not in Mississauga globally, right? They also can submit their haiku or the work. Then we do together to try to see how to improve. Then for in October, I will get all the submission and revised like work, then we will publish. My goal is to publish 100 haiku with photos. For now, we got another wonderful submission from Mississauga, from out like USA, like India and Europe and Japan. Yeah, for Japan festival, right? We have another. So on August 20, we have some showcase for like haiku, so haiku with photo, and also haiku, and also have games. So games is haiku with photo, so people do the match games, and also have working tour. So that's wonderful. And I want to thank Mississauga Arts Council for the support, for the funding, and also want to thank the Mississauga Friendship Association for this. We will stay the booth to do this activity for Japanese festival. Yeah. I also want to thank like three like Chinese company to sponsor this. Because and so this event actually can make it a little bit bigger than original thinking.
Other than that, what does the future look like for you? Do you have any other upcoming projects you want to mention?
Yes, started last year, I set up my own business, like Sherri Cultural Services. So this business has publishing other people's other poets, other writers' book. For example, I have a new publishing this month, and for Hans, for our ebook editor, and he already published many books, and also for another book for the third edition. So last year we did 2 editions. So the third edition is for Canadian study, and for Chinese poets. So we have English and Chinese publishing as well. Then I have my own 2 books will be published. Then also I got some fine Canadian poets request to ask me to translate the book, and translate the book into Chinese. So and then we will publish. So I have a note on the in the future. And also because this book Mirrors and Window is published by Guernica Edition, and they has a note for wonderful from USA 12 poets, from Canada 20 poets, from China 20 poets. So they has a note for good fine poems and with my translations. So I'm very happy. So in the future, maybe I continue to do another anthology. But right now, because another anthology takes too much time, so I will wait a little bit longer.
For sure. So where can people find you? What is your website and social media handles?
Yeah, my website is very easy. So annapoetry.com. annapoetry.com. So easy to find me. And so if you find me in my website, you can also find my other other links, other social media account. So yeah.
Great. Awesome. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I wish you all the best in all your upcoming projects.
Okay, thank you.